Alright, so I was on Social Blade today and I realized that I had unlocked an achievement, and that was my channel has been created 2 years ago. And that is so crazy to think about because it hasn't felt like 2 years, it's felt like 1 year. But I guess time flies by, and I want to say thank you to all my supporters, whether you've been here 2 years, 1 year, or even 2 weeks. Thank you all for your tremendous support. To celebrate 2 years on YouTube, I'm going to share with you guys my personal story on how I became a roller coaster enthusiast and other things along with that, so you guys can kind of get to know me a bit more. So anyways, let's get right into it. Alright, so I was born in 2004 in a medium-sized town west of the Twin Cities. And yeah, I was born into a great family. I got a mom, a dad, two sisters. One's older, and she was born about 3 years before me, and she's in college right now. And I have a younger sister who's about 1.5 years younger than me, so really nice family. Alright, I'm going to briefly touch on my pre-roller coaster enthusiast era, which is basically my entire childhood. Basically, all I did back then was play baseball, hang out with friends, and play video games. That's all I really did. If you have been on this channel long enough, you probably know about Malachi. He's been in a few of my videos, and he's actually my best friend ever since preschool. So yeah, we've been together for a very long time, and I have so many great memories with him. And I have other friends too, like Max, Mark, Will, and a few others that have been my friends for a very long time, and I love hanging out with them. Alright, so I guess my first experience with the roller coaster is this kiddie coaster I rode at a county fair. And this photograph is actually the only piece of evidence of me riding this roller coaster, because I have no idea what this coaster was called, and I completely forgot about it until I saw this photograph. And I don't count it as a credit because I don't really remember riding it that much, and I forgot the name, so I guess it's my lost credit. But yeah, I guess you can call this my first roller coaster. My first actual park was at the Mall of America at Nickelodeon Universe, which I think I was like 6 years old. So this is back in like 2010, I think? 2010. And that's 2 years after the park was rebranded. So yeah, I actually never went to this park back when it was Camp Snoopy. I wish I did, but obviously I was too young. But anyways, this is my first ever experience at a park. And my first roller coaster there was a kiddie coaster, and then Pepsi Orange Streak, which freaked me out as a kid. It's kind of funny because nowadays this roller coaster is like very, very tame. But back when I was 6 years old, this thing was terrifying for me. So after I rode Pepsi Orange Streak, I did not go on any other roller coasters after that. And I remember going on the log chute and the backyard again swing along ride. Anyways, fast forward a couple years when I'm like 9 years old, and I go back to the Mall of America, and this time I was trying to suck it up and be brave. So I went on Fairly Odd Coaster, which was actually pretty fun. It was kind of scary the first few seconds, but after a while I actually was laughing, which is pretty weird back then for me. And then after that, I went on Avatar Airbender. I loved that ride. And then finally Rock Bottom Plunge, and I was still scared. I was like shaking the entire chain lift, but you know, I was screaming basically the entire time. But I got off and I said that wasn't that bad. So I wasn't fully afraid of roller coasters. I kind of conquered my fear a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really care about roller coasters that much back then. I was just hanging out with friends, playing baseball, and playing video games. That's what I did back then. So fast forward to about 7th grade, and my school takes the middle school and high school students to Valley Fair for the last week of school to kind of celebrate the end of the year. And Valley Fair was my first official outdoor park. Like, this place was huge compared to everything else I've been to up till this point. And I was with my friends, so I could not chicken out on any rides because I didn't want to look like a wimp. So I rode every single roller coaster they rode, and the first roller coaster they picked for the morning was Wild Thing. Keep in mind that Rock Bottom Plunge was at the time the tallest roller coaster I've been on, which is like what, 75 feet? So Wild Thing is like what, 207 feet? So this thing was massive, and I was like shaking when I was climbing into the car. I stapled myself because I was super scared, and I was like sweating on the chain lift, which is kind of disgusting. But anyways, I was screaming the entire first drop and first hill. But you know, after a little bit, I started to get a hang of it, and I was laughing with my friends, you know? Like, I was actually enjoying myself. So after that, we hit the brakes, and I was still shaking and a little bit scared, but at the same time, I was like, that was awesome. After Wild Thing, we rode Mad Mouse for the first time, and that was bad. I hated that roller coaster. Then after that, we rode Renegade, which I was really scared of that one too, but I was still having a blast on it. And then after that, we tried High Roller. And then Corkscrew was kind of scary for me because, Upside Down was so scary for me back then. But you know what? First time riding Corkscrew was actually more fun than it was scary. So that was kind of interesting. Anyways, my class meets up and we all decided to ride Excalibur together. So my whole class like fills the train and we ride Excalibur like about 4 times in a row. And ever since then, that's kind of a tradition for my class to ride Excalibur together as many times as we can. And after that, I chickened out on Steel Venom, which I'm not proud of, by the way. But, you know, I was really scared of being launched that fast, I guess, so I skipped that one. So I rode Corkscrew more, High Roller more, Renegade a lot of times, and the last ride of the day was Wild Thing. And I remember coming off that ride, and I was like, man, roller coasters are really, really fun. You know, like, that's the first time I actually said that. So I got back home, and I was researching, you know, like, how tall is Wild Thing, how fast does it go, and eventually I came across Coaster Studios, and I watched a lot of his videos. I was learning about, you know, B&M, Intamin, and Cedar Point bought Valley Fair to form Cedar Fair, which is like now a huge chain, and, you know, Six Flags and Dollywood, all these parks and all these roller coasters. And eventually Coaster Studios brought up how he was a roller coaster enthusiast, and I was like, yeah, that's me too. I love roller coasters, so I guess that's the point where I became a roller coaster enthusiast. And that was back in like 2018, so that was the summer that Steel Vengeance opened up, and I watched the POV, and I was absolutely amazed by it. Like, the POV looked really good, and I really, really wanted to go to Cedar Point, and of course I didn't that year. And I haven't gone to Cedar Point yet, which is kind of sad because I really wanted to go there. But yeah, I was watching all these roller coaster POV videos and stuff like that, so I became really interested in riding more roller coasters. Going forward to 2019, in early May, I decided I want to start a YouTube channel because I just wanted to do it. It looked pretty fun. So initially, I was going to have a YouTube channel that was focused on roller coaster content and gaming content, which after some more thinking and stuff like that, I cut out the gaming part and just focused about roller coasters. So for the channel name, I was going through ideas in my head, and I came across Minnesota's nickname, which is the North Star State. So I took North Star out of that, and I was going to call my channel North Star Thrills, but I saw a channel called Lone Star Thrills, so I didn't want to copy him, kind of, so I changed my name to North Star Coasters, and that's how I got my name. My first video was a ranking of Valley Fair's roller coasters, which was honestly terrible quality. It was just Microsoft PowerPoint, and I couldn't edit my video, so I basically had one long clip, and if I messed up, I would start all over again. After a month of that video being on the internet, I deleted it because it was just a really bad video, and I didn't post anything until after I went to Adventureland in Iowa, which that was August 4th, 2019, and that was my first park outside of Minnesota. So I was pretty excited. I rode Monster, and that was my new favorite steel coaster. I rode Tornado, Outlaw, and Dragon, which was a horrible roller coaster. I don't miss it at all. And then Phoenix was there, but it wasn't open because of maintenance, so that kind of sucked. But anyways, I had a really good time there. So after that, I was inspired to make more YouTube content. So I posted my first official video, I guess you can call it. And that video was Cedar Fair 2020 predictions, which you can still watch it on my channel today, but you shouldn't watch it because it's horrible. So during 2019, for the rest of the year, I was gaining some more subscribers, I was posting new videos, and by the end of the year, I had like 50 subscribers, I think, so that was pretty good for me back then. And I met some other friends on YouTube, like Coaster Craziness, JB Thrills, Coaster Fusion, the Coaster Josh, and so much more. And back then, they were very small channels like me, and they have really good content and are very friendly, so I was very thankful for them. So 2020 comes around, and of course, I am so excited to go to Valley Fair again. But of course, you know, COVID shut it down, so it didn't open for the whole summer. So I went to Arnold's Park on July 3rd, and that was pretty fun. It was a pretty small park, but still had a pretty fun atmosphere. And then after that, in August, I went to Mount Olympus. I rode Hades 360 for the first time, and that was an awesome roller coaster. Very intense and great airtime. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did for parks in 2020. Of course, it was kind of frustrating because Valley Fair didn't open, which kind of sucked, but there was some good things about 2020 for my channel, because I reached over 100 subscribers in March, and my videos were getting better in terms of quality, and I was introducing more videos like Nothing But a Memory, coaster reviews with skits in them, which you guys like those, so I did more of those. And that brings us to 2021. And I am very pleased on how the channel is coming along and how much you guys appreciate my content, which I say thank you to that because I really enjoy doing this, and it's kind of for fun. I'm not doing it just to be famous. I'm doing it because it's fun to make videos for you guys, and it's a great experience. So thank you all for subscribing and supporting my content. Alright, that's how I became a roller coaster enthusiast and how this channel started. But I do have other hobbies other than roller coasters, so I'm going to briefly share those as well. I do play sports. I play basketball and cross country at school, and I used to play baseball, but I haven't played baseball recently, so I'm probably not going to do it ever again. But I still like watching baseball. But I think my favorite sport right now is probably cross country, with basketball in second place. One hobby of mine is listening to music a lot. My favorites are probably NF, AJR, 21 Pilots, and John Bellion. Those are my four favorites of all time. And I listen to pretty much all genres of music except for classical and country. Those two I kind of stay away from those for, I don't really like them for some reason, so I listen to these four mainly. So anyways, that's music. Some other hobbies of mine include video games, which I still play a lot of today. Back in 2009 for Christmas, my parents got me and my sisters a Nintendo Wii. This is back in 2009, so having a Wii was super cool back then. Everyone had one. And in elementary school, I bought myself a PS2 off of eBay for $50, and then in middle school, I bought a PS3 at GameStop for $90, and then shortly after, I got a PS4. And I have other stuff too, like a Game Boy Advance, new 2DS XL, PS Classic, stuff like that. So I have a lot of video games, and I like playing all of them. My favorite games, it's kind of hard to pick, but mine will probably be Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Double Dash, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 4, Driver 3, LA Rush, Tekken 3, and Horizon Zero Dawn. All these games are probably my top favorites right now, so I really enjoy playing these games. And last but not least, I really enjoy hanging out with my friends. I really like doing skits with them for my videos and just hanging out with them, having a good time. I am planning to hang out with them more this summer, so that should be really fun. And most of my friends have been with me for probably at least 5 years at minimum, so we've grown to be pretty tight friends over the years, so it's really fun just being together and stuff like that. So yeah, those are all my hobbies, and of course my top hobby right now is probably roller coasters, so that's probably not going to change for the foreseeable future. I'm really excited to get back to some more parks this summer, and yeah, just be a roller coaster enthusiast. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and comment and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time on North Star Coasters.